tonight's Thursday night Legacy Team Training Call. My name is Michael Swilling, and I am going to be your host this evening. Every week, every Thursday, except for Christmas week, that means 51 weeks out of the year, we meet here every single Thursday night at this time, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, and wherever you are throughout the world, whatever time that is. And we do about a 20 to 30 minute training. We have some incredible calls in store for this year with some great training in different topics. And tonight is a special call because we have the CEO of 10X Pure, who I'm going to introduce in just a matter of minutes, and we're going to go over all the exciting information that you have at your hands with this incredible product line. If you have a pad or piece of paper along with a pencil or pen, you might want to take it out and take some notes because it's going to be priceless, unbelievable. I always like to make some quick announcements. Today we're having another record day. The shopping cart for the company is way up. There is so much excitement. There are so many new enrollments. There are so many things that are happening, and we're certainly on our way of doing $300 million in sales in 2019. And our goal is to be one of the top 5 CBD companies in the world within the next 3 years, as it's projected to become a $22 billion industry. You know, the other day I was at a presentation, and Dr. Robin Sika and the amazing Adam Levy, they talked about how CBD is going to be as common as coffee or tea. And it doesn't matter whether you go to Starbucks or you go over to Dunkin' Donuts or you get your coffee at McDonald's. CBD is here. It's going to be a massive industry. And just imagine the growth that we're going to have. Products, a variety of 70 products, but products that are both exclusive and patented. And you're going to hear in a matter of minutes what makes our 10X Pure so different than anything else here. I also want to share, for those that are brand new, welcome to our team. There are probably 2 important things you can do. For those who do social media, we have an amazing Facebook page, already 24,000 members. We're probably going to go over 200,000 members on that Facebook page. It's a great place to get information and updates. And how you can become a member of that page, if you are on Facebook, is you go to LegacyTeamFacebook.com, and Legacy is LEGACYTEAM, so it's LegacyTeamFacebook.com. We also have a text broadcast for our team, so information news, only a few texts a month go out, but the reminders, like tonight, for those who are part of the text message, should have got a text message. Team Text, that's TEXT, LegacyTeamText.com. So those are my 2 quick announcements, but let's jump into why you called in tonight to hear from the CEO of 10X Pure, Jeremy. Jeremy, thank you for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
We're super excited. You know, Jeremy, I usually have this well-written, this great, unbelievable, bio to read. Yours was so darn long with so many exciting things. I thought to get the call started, maybe you could take about 30 seconds to a minute to let people know a little bit about you.
Sure. Well, I'll put it to you this way. I was one of those guys, a jack of all trades type person, but I started in sales and marketing. I actually had my own direct business-to-business marketing company out of Emeryville, California, of people to do the business-to-business, like in person, like going into business, selling things from DHL to credit card processing, you name it. We did all that, and then opened up a pizza restaurant and it pretty much just had that full entrepreneur type mentality. And once the green rush hit, and that's what we call is like that green rush, where everybody, is seeing that how cannabis is helping people, not just financially but physically and mentally and emotionally, and that there's so many great things about it. I wanted to learn as much as I possibly could, so I took a full year of just going to different conventions and learning all the different things that cannabis can do for people, and this one convention about 2 years ago, I met our scientist Willem, and he told me about this special oil that didn't even have anything to do with cannabis, but it had everything to do with making things better and making things to where it has a different type of absorbency, potency, and all of that combined. One of the things that really excited me was just how he had already put a patent on this process. Now, it's not just the oil; it's the process of how he makes the oil that's exciting. And when we first got involved, everything he told me just went way over my head. And at that point in time, we had already purchased our facility, or the manufacturing facility, and we were talking to him about joining together and using his oil to mix with other oils. And once he started telling me this stuff, and like I said, how that stuff went over my head, well, I had met another person who happens to be our molecular biologist, and she's actually Frances Denoto, and she helped write the book for molecular biology in a nutshell. So when she graduated, there wasn't molecular biology. It was the way that she had started. Her and a few other doctors and professors actually helped write the book of molecular biology, which is pretty amazing in itself. But the most important thing was, because I didn't understand what the oil was or what it did, explain to me what this stuff was. And she said, Jeremy, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to lock him down and get this exclusive. And that's exactly what we did. And you know, once we met with CTFO, and we met with a few other network marketing companies, but CTFO was just a company that we knew was going to be a great fit for us, and I'm glad we started that relationship.
That's amazing, you know. And I have a few text messages that came in, and you sound great, Jeremy, but if you can speak up just a little bit more, people really want to hear what you're saying. You sound great, but if you could speak up even higher, it'd be wonderful. So just to be clear, this 10X Pure is 100% exclusive globally, and it's also, not only that, it has a patent on it. So this 10X Pure oil is also patented. Not just to mention, I remember we had a private conversation at the gala, and, you know, a very, very, we'll just say there's only a few right now, you know, bigger names in the industry. One begins with the letter K. I'm not going to name the company, but it's actually a publicly held company when it comes to a network marketing company who does it. And I know they courted you really well. It was a company that, you know, obviously we're in the process of blowing their doors away. But why did you choose CTFO when you had other network marketing companies that were luring you in? Why did you pick this company to bring your patent and your exclusivity to?
Well, that's an excellent question, Michael. I'll tell you why. Well, like I said in the beginning, I actually started in sales, right? And I've joined other when I was younger. I had joined other network marketing companies that have their pay plan, or because of their leadership and because of their relationships with their reps. And from the first moment that I met Stu and Steve and Michael and the whole group, you know, I'll put it to you this way: I knew that this company, and then I found out that before I go, let me take a step back. I also found out that Stewart only gets paid as a rep, and that to me tells me that not only is the owner and the founders of the company, you know, believing in the system and believing in the pay plan, they believe in it so much that they make their money the same way you guys do.
Wow.
As a rep. And that to me tells me that if they put in that much passion and that much love into the reps, that it's only going to make this, with combining a unique product like ours, a patented product like ours, with a company with that integrity, I believe that there's no stops. Nothing can stop it.
100% agree. I want people to get understanding, too, that might not be aware. That we're not talking about this small little company. You mentioned 2 years ago you bought some land, you built a building, but there's been some major investing going on 10X Pure, a lot of investing and a lot of money. Can you share with everyone, I don't know how much public and we're amongst friends, so would you mind sharing what's been going on? I know that there's been some buzz. You guys put up a new building, I think in the millions and millions of dollars. I mean, this isn't for the long run. You want to share with some people right here what's been going on?
Correct. Well, and this is really important for people to understand. We put in just like Michael was saying, millions and millions of dollars into this facility. We purchased the equipment. Everything was purchased outright. We're not leasing anything. We're focused on the long run, right? We're focused on creating a product that nobody else can touch, and that's why when we went into this field, we went into it feet first. We jumped in feet first, and we knew that there's no looking back. And everything that we've been doing from the start, it's amazing to see where we started and where we're at now.
It's amazing. What kind of investment, so that people get an idea? How much have you guys put into this new building that you built? All that stuff.
So just for the land alone, and I don't know if anybody understands this. When you go into you're buying property, well, if that property happens to be a green, well, the value when we first walked in to purchase the property, we bought 3 acres to start, and the value they started at $58,000 an acre. We ended up buying it within a month from the time that they gave us the quote. Within a month, it jumped up to $205,000 an acre.
Wow.
So when it's all said and done, we started off with purchasing it for it was over $500,000, and that's just for the land.
Wow.
And then we had to build out the building and the permits and everything else. I mean, we're in $3 million at least.
Wow. Guys, that's what commitment is. This is not a little company. This is $3 million of investing so that we have this exclusive patented oil that's going to take the world by storm. Now, there's also been buzz, and some CTFO is, I don't know the terminology, part owner, investor. Talk a little bit about this joint venture so that as those listening in tonight, we have ownership as a CTFO associate, as this company, that not only we're not just a reseller, we're not just taking another company's product and reselling it. There's a merger. There is something there. Share a little bit about that and why you think that is so special.
Well, and that's a great way of doing a segue into this part of it. I will tell you this. When a company believes in you to a point that they are willing to invest as well as we are willing to give full exclusivity to CTFO, we gave CTFO the exclusivity before they actually invested into T4 or into. We are looking at it as they believe in us just as well as we believe in them. And when you have that type of relationship, not only have they invested into the company itself to be an owner into 10X Pure, but they also have a seat on our board. So they also make decisions on our board as well. So we're really excited about the team. We're really excited about where we're going and our future.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what that means for each and every one of you. I've been doing this 28 years. I know you've heard me say that, but it's unusual. Not many companies in this industry can tout or share, hey, listen, where are you getting some of your products from? Well, from ourselves. We're part of the manufacturer. We have ownership. We have members on the board, so on and so forth. So there's a great joint venture, and now you know the commitment for 10X Pure is the future. Now you understand he's working on great stuff. If you've been visiting the website, each and every day you're seeing new material. Why we are confident, we are 3 years ahead of the industry. You know what I mean? Why we will be as big as we are, we have that unique advantage, which is incredible. So I just mentioned David D'Arcangelo. I know when this joint venture went on a few months ago, behind the scenes, there was a meeting, this secret meeting with you, Jeremy, Stu, and with David. The three of you sat down for a few days and kind of talked, because before David, here's a guy worth over $100 million. Here's a guy that has taken many companies to $1 billion, a guy that shares the stage with Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, has written many books. I mean, he is a marketing guru. And before he made a decision to say, hey, if I'm going to help CTFO become one of the biggest companies and I'm going to help them with the marketing, I've got to be sure that we have a unique selling point. We've got something different. You've got to give me the right company to do that. We already had, the story to Stu, the profit sharing, the free sign up, all those amazing things. Just made a massive, $500,000 investment into Naxum. People have already seen how great that site is and the future there. But to have a unique product in a very competitive industry, what's going to make the difference between someone going through the Starbucks or the McDonald's or the Dunkin' Donuts for the coffee? What's going to make them choose over here? And that was that is the 10X Pure story. And you met with David. Let those listening in, what did you see? You sat down face-to-face, belly-to-belly for a few days with him. Obviously meeting you and getting to know you and hearing the 10X story, he went to work immediately, so you made a great impression. What was the impression he gave to you, and as importantly to them, having David D'Arcangelo in our corner from a marketing standpoint?
Well, I'll tell you this. David D'Arcangelo, when I first met him, all he did was ask me questions, sit down, and just listen, and started taking notes. And he asked all the questions that most people don't ask about the oil, about the process. I mean, he already had a list of questions ready to go, and we sat down for probably 2 hours at least, and going over what the oil is, why it's different, and he said, this is all great, but we need more. And he was the reason why, and not only the reason, but his resources within another scientist that was doing these studies that we're going to talk about tonight, and he just pretty much had planned it out, mapped it out. And I think that's the golden ticket with him is he knows how to map out and structure a way to take this oil, not just how great it is, but how to package it up and tell people what about it is real, what about it is what makes this different. And he said, listen, it's not that I don't believe you, Jeremy, but we need to get some testing done. We need to get some lab results done on this oil, where they're seeing how it's actually different. Uh-huh. And within a short period of time, he had already told me and everything, and we were more than happy to pay for those tests, just so that when somebody has a question, there's no doubt, because the documentation is backing it 100%.
Wow. So let's talk about this, because you guys meet, you talk about it, he decides to come on board. He says, listen, we need proof. We need science. We need studies. You say, hey, you know something, David? We'll back what we say. We know what we have is special. You invest a lot of money. We're not going to disclose how much, but it was telephone. Well, it was a lot of money. Okay?
Yeah.
Studies started happening, right? Let's talk about, now the study was for the purpose of absorption. The study was to prove that when you take CBD, okay, and you add 2 milliliters of that the absorption that gets into your body is dramatically improved. And that is something that we'll talk about in just a few minutes because it's so important. But during that study, just 2 weeks ago, when the scientists were going through that, they discovered something that was absolutely amazing. And do you want to share with everyone a little bit in layman's terms what happened during that study?
Yes, of course. I'll put it to you. Let me take a step back for a second and start on how the study worked. First and foremost, we wanted to see what the difference was between the two oils, right? And they ran different studies. They're different.
So let me stop you because I want to understand. So when you're saying that, because I want to really break this down, regular CBD oil compared to a CBD oil that has, for layman's folks, guys, I want you to visualize this. You have one oil, a tincture of CBD. Okay, visualize that. Whether it's 1,500 milligrams or 500, you have CBD tincture in one bottle. You have the exact same bottle, the exact same ingredient, exact same everything. The difference is you're taking 2 milliliters of 10X Pure and adding it to that second bottle. Now you're calling that bottle, once you've added the 10X Pure to that CBD, now you're calling that just 10X Pure. So I just want to make sure I understand. So now we're talking about two different things. A CBD bottle with just CBD in it, and 10X Pure, which is the exact same CBD with the addition. Because I want you to understand what's happening is what we're doing is we're taking our, isn't that great to say our, not their, our, is that right? Taking our 10X Pure, right, and we're adding it to our CBD. That's the, now that we've done that, let's get into you guys testing the two oils, because you want to say, hey, regular CBD, the 10X Pure, which is CBD, with the addition of the 2 milliliters of 10X Pure. Go ahead.
And you can expand on that at the same time, Michael, because we actually took 2 bottles of 500 milligrams CTFO of the same batch, mind you. These are from the same batch. So 2 bottles, it had the same lot number, came out of the same batch. So 2 exact bottles of just the basic 500 milligram CTFO CBD tinctures, right?
Yep.
And we opened up one of them and added 2 milliliters of our 10X Pure.
Got it.
Right? And then we heated that up to about 150 degrees because that's the temperature that we needed to create that chemical bonding, which is the covalent, that it's able to covalently bond. And when I say covalently bond, imagine it like you know a train linking cars together. That's the molecules that are linking together. So it's completely homogenized together, and it will never separate again. So it's all completely covalently bonded into the oil, and that's all it takes is heating it to about 150 degrees. So after we did that, we shipped off those 2 bottles, and they were marked, and we had him do the study. The one thing,
and the study went to a third party, someone not involved with CTFO. This is a scientist, right? Who's a third party scientist who specializes in these types of tests. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
So one of the things that we looked at when testing, he was trying to find out how much CBD was in each bottle.
Okay.
And one of the things that he noticed was it was shocking because he felt like he failed. And he said, well, there's actually less CBD in the 10X Pure bottle. And there's more CBD in the other, in the one that was the non-10X Pure. But as he was doing the studies, where they actually did a kidney and liver cells, is where they passed the CBD through. to see the absorption and how much it was actually, getting into the system. Well, one of the things they noticed is that there was 0 CBDA making it through the kidney or the liver cells. And there was a substantial, large amount that was passing through the kidney and the liver cells. Now, the results, the studies will show you on these results that the CBDA, which I like to call it CBD alive, right? Because when you extract the CBD from the plant, it typically comes out as a CBDA until it heats up or it goes through the body where the body is naturally acidic, and then it goes through a process of where it's called decarboxylating, where it turns the CBDA into CBD, which is not the prime, the optimal medicine for your body. The optimal medicine is actually the CBDA, CBD alive, right? Where it's able to get to the target as a CBDA without being damaged. Well, when we looked at the bottles and the studies, there was 0 CBDA getting through, and they even did a heat test to see what temperature the CBDA was decarboxylating into CBD, which, again, like I say, in my opinion on that is CBDA, and this is my opinion, I call CBDA CBDA alive, CBD dead. But CBD is still good for you, but the optimal CBD for your body is the CBDA. And what we're able to do with the 10X Pure is we're able to pull that CBDA through your entire system. It's protecting the medicine, pulling it through your system, being that your body is naturally acidic, and that is something that typically decarboxylates the CBDA. What's exciting about this, ladies and gentlemen, is that because it's protecting the CBDA, then it's protecting all the medicine as it's being pulled through your system, getting to the target without. That is what's typically happening when people take any other CBD oil product. I don't care if they say it's nanotechnology, but it's already damaged.
Wow.
We're taking product that is natural, and we are protecting it, and we are pulling it through the body. It's able to get through the intestines. It's able to get through the kidneys and the liver, and it's able to get to the part of the body where your body needs the medicine most.
That's amazing. So in layman's terms, I always like to repeat to understand. So we have this amazing 10X Pure that's added to the CBD. Regardless of how much CBD is in there, what really matters is how much you absorb, how much actually gets. It doesn't matter if the lab result says that you have millions and millions, not millions, you have this tremendous amount of CBD in your. It doesn't matter what product. What really matters is how much is going to get to the different parts of the body in the purest form, so for it to work, for it to be absorbable. So what they found to prove that the CBD that is doing this, they also found that the absorption is fantastic, but they also found this unbelievable other thing that came across, which was the CBDA. So if I took a competitor's product, right, that says CBD on it, or their lab report, let's just take a competitor, right, whatever it is, Charlotte's Web or another network marketing company, and I look at their lab report, okay, Jeremy, and their lab report says CBDA on it, okay, along with some other different CBDs, right? What's the difference between that lab report showing CBDA and 10X Pure showing CBDA? What's the difference between ours and theirs?
Well, their product does have CBDA in it. By the time they put the tinctures in their body, and their body being naturally acidic, what the results are showing is that by the time it gets to wherever your body needs it, it's no longer CBDA. It's actually converted by decarboxylating itself through the naturally acidic body, and it's now converted to CBD. What ours is showing is that it completely protects it all the way through. So if it's protecting the CBDA, imagine the other CBD and the other CBDN and all those other molecules that is protecting as well. The one thing that was a breakthrough is when the scientist said, Jeremy, and it was still 100%. It didn't damage the CBDA at all. So heat and acid is what typically decarboxylates the CBDA. By us adding our oil to it, and having the covalent bond, it completely protected the CBDA.
The way that I look at this, and correct me if I'm wrong, so what's been very big in our industry for those, and a lot of companies are, like, I can't go to a vape store, or I can't go online and purchase, we know that 84% of CBD products bought online, they don't even have CBD in there. What makes us and a few other companies in this industry so special is that we have independent third-party lab results that they test the bottle. So these laboratories say, okay, yep, this is what we found. This is what we found. David D'Arcangelo is working on today and yesterday and tomorrow is we already have the science. It's already been proven. He's putting it all together so we can educate people. So we're not only going to be able to say, here's our lab results, but here's the science that also says it. So just because, even if a lab report says, hey, it's got CBD in it, that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to get the full absorption of that CBD. Now, you hear all that craziness about nanotechnology, blah, 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 all that other stuff. We're going to scientifically prove this through documentation, things through the liver, things through the kidneys, and so on and so forth, right? Then you mentioned small intestine and large intestine, all those things. We will have the science to show that to everyone, okay? That's being done right now. This information just all came 2 weeks ago. That's why it's like everyone's like, well, where is it? Where is it? Well, guys, it just happened 2 weeks ago. We were going to sit and hold off and wait, but we didn't share it right away. The second thing is that just because a competitor might say, oh, yeah, CBDA is great, yeah, it's great. Sure, it's great. But if you can't get it to where it needs to be in the right form, it really is not going to have the benefits. And if you really want to find out, we can't make medical health claims. Just do a Google search and say, what are the health benefits of CBDA? And I love how you said CBD alive. It doesn't stand for alive, but I do like alive, which is really, really great. And a few more things. We're going to wrap this up. So just give us an understanding, and I want to, is this correct? So we still offer, from a price point standpoint, and it's still great. We heard amazing testimonies. Our CBD alone is awesome. It's very, very good. It's great tinctures. It's got great strengths, very affordable, very competitive, and for those who have a price $300, a $500, a $750, and a $1,500 CBD. The difference is when you buy 10X Pure, it's the exact same CBD you're buying, whether it's the $500 or $1,500. The difference is we're taking our 10X Pure oil and we're adding it to our existing CBD. So when you go online and you're shopping, right, and you're making a decision, you need to ask yourself, hey, do I want a CBD oil that I know that I'm getting all the benefits of CBDA? Do I want a CBD oil that I know that it's going to have amazing absorption? So that's the process. And right now I know what's happening is just so that everyone gets a visualization. Our manufacturer that we're using, right, is getting our oil, and they're mixing it together for us. And we know for a fact, and that's what happened when they tested out there. Any unique selling advantage? What would you tell people to say? How would you tell people on the phone, Jeremy, to share this with other people?
I would start by saying, obviously, the patented solution, the unique, only one of a kind oil that we have, which is 10X Pure, is where it's at. It's like taking, like I said before, we're supercharging the oil for you, so that you're getting the product.
That's amazing. 10 times. I like it. I like how you say 10 times. So I'm going to share with everyone a kind of a written thing that I put together. I put this on Facebook. So for those that are on Facebook, you can get this information. Again, it's Legacy Team Facebook.com, Legacy Team, Facebook.com, and if you wanted to get onto our team's broadcast list, it's LegacyTeamText.com. And I'm going to read this saying, and I am not a good, I'm a horrible, I pronounce very, very poorly, so if you could help me with some certain words, that would be great. But here's some notes that I took, and again, you can get this on the Facebook page, but I wanted to break it down into some layman's terms, okay? What needs to be understood is that when CBDA is passing through your body, it is naturally being converted into CBD. You use a word for that, right? So when you take CBDA or a product that has CBDA in it, whether a spray or tincture or whatever, and you put it in your tongue, right, it is passing through your body, and it gets converted from CBDA to CBD. What was it? There's a certain word for that.
It's called decarboxylate.
So I can't even pronounce it. So It converts, okay, to CBD. CBDA becomes CBD. There's two reasons this happens. You might be saying, well, why does it happen? Why, when I take CBDA, why is it turned into CBD by the time it gets to different areas of my body? And let me also tell people that the future is CBDA. The buzzword today is CBD. The future is CBDA, and we have both. We have both. Which is incredible. The two reasons this happens is, number one, is your body temperature, your natural body temperature converts the CBDA to CBD, right? And your body is naturally acidic. So those two reasons why, okay? The difference is when we add 2 milliliters of 10X Pure, and it was tested, and the reason we did that was to test for the bioavailability, the absorptions. The scientists discovered something amazing in the CBD in the body. With discovery, we absolutely hit it up. David D'Arcangelo is working on right now, will show and prove that CBD Pure products kept the integrity of CBDA, which allows CBDA to reach the target in the body. When it reaches the target, it gets there as a CBDA. Is that correct?
That is correct.
In the scientific study, C10X Pure was able to maintain its integrity while passing through the kidneys and the liver cells, correct?
Correct.
We can't make any medical claims on this call, nor should anyone else, but if you do a Google search for the health benefits of CBD and CBDA, you'll be blown away. Just because other companies say CBDA on it, what is important to know is it's very unlikely that what's going to happen is a CBDA is going to be destroyed before reaching the target.
Correct.
Want me to read that again?
No, you're correct.
Okay. With our patented covalent bonding supercharged 10X Pure, say that 10 times, we are able to protect the CBDA from going through the damaging process. In addition to the historic findings of CBDA, remember the other benefits of 10X Pure. 10X Pure is a revolutionary way to deliver broad-spectrum CBD molecules in oil to the body by using 10X supercharged oxygenated oil.
Yes.
It is patented, and CTFO has the exclusive. It blows away all of the competitors. CBD oil consists of cannabinoids, which are not water soluble. The process of using nanotechnology to assist in making the oil water soluble offered by CBD. This actually damages the molecules. 10X Pure does not damage the molecules. They are all intact and bioavailable. This is huge, and we blow away any and all competition. So talk a little bit about that real quickly as we close. What happens when you hear, nanotechnology and all this absorption, but what's happening is they're not absorbing the purest form of the CBD, correct?
Correct. Well, if you just think about the nanotechnology, right, you have to, there's a continual distillation process where they are using more heat and more as they're pulling out more of the chlorophyll and the terpenes and everything else, right? So that just that process alone is decarboxylating the CBDA as a nanoparticle so they can claim water soluble. Well, you're only, but no CBDA in a nanotechnology form, because obviously if you keep going through that heating process, you're killing the CBDA.
It's amazing. In summary, everyone, we've got it all. This is the perfect storm. We always talk about the free sign-up, the profit sharing, owners get paid, the hemp industry, $22 billion, blah, 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 blah. But we've got the perfect exclusive patent, the amazing Jeremy. We've got the incredible William. We have the David D'Arcangelo from the marketing side. We've got this gorgeous new website. And within days or within weeks, all the science and proof you need. As you could tell, I can't even pronounce half of these words. So you don't have to be able to do that. All we have to be able to do is point and click. There's going to be videos that explain this and break it down. So that's what David D'Arcangelo will be offering, is he knows amazing Ben Dixon with the marketing site to be able to do this. All that we've got to do is point. You have to be patient. Don't sit there and say, well, where's this, where's that? They're working on all that now. We could have waited until everything was ready, but we know it's already working. If you haven't tried, the best way to do it is try it. There's testimonials that come on 10X Pure on a daily basis are off the charts. So it's an exciting year. I know we went a little over tonight, but when you've got a guest like Jeremy on, we have to take advantage of it. I want to thank you so much, Jeremy, for taking your time out of your busy schedule. I want to thank everyone for being part of this historic journey. We've said it before, the pioneers become the millionaires. We appreciate your dedication, your time, your investment, Jeremy. And everyone, I'm going to open up the call. Jeremy, we did cap out at 2,000 people. You're amazing. Thank you so much and have a great night.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care.